Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and I totally did not just screw up my intro and have to restart. But first things first, let's get this out of the way. This is another Iowa video, and if you don't like Iowa videos at this point, I apologize, but I think that this one's one that everybody can watch and learn a little bit from. I've got a lot of mistakes that I make in this one, and a lot of mistakes that other people may be making this one, so I think that if we point out some of them, then it can benefit everybody. It's not the highest damaging game in the world. Could have been a lot better, and that's what I'm going to kind of go over. Now, we are in the Iowa. I know that the last video was in the Iowa as well, but I was trying to get the video with the Yamato yesterday, right? We wanted the Iowa versus Yamato, and it took a while to get there, and some of the games that I got going into it was this. And it's a fantastic game to showcase my initial thought process. Now, first of all, the first thing that I noticed when I joined the lobby, it's 3 destroyers on the enemy team, okay? I also noticed that I am the only person anywhere near our friendly Yamato. And generally speaking, that means I want to go over and help this person. Because 2 battleships together are better than 1 by itself. So I start making my way towards him. However, I'm going to get detected pretty soon. And when I get detected, I'm going to notice, well, because I'm detected and I can't see anybody, that the enemy's destroyers are nearby. And you can see I'm checking them out. Now, at this point, I still had no idea that we had a special guest. But you can see I am now currently detected. Not a big deal for a battleship. It just means that I know that there are destroyers nearby. There's a destroyer capturing B. There's also a destroyer capturing A. And my entire team, including all 3 of my destroyers, are going to the same cap, which is not preferable. That's mistake number 1. You cannot send your entire team to one flank in a domination. You need to control at least 2 caps to win the match. Generally. Now, we are going to get pretty lucky in this one. And by lucky, I mean, it's just that. It's luck. Few things come down to circumstance, and those are things that you can't really control, but you take advantage of when they happen. Okay? So, right off the bat, enemy captures B. They're getting ready to capture A, and with all of our ships over on C, we still have not started capturing C. So we have dedicated all of our team to 1 cap, and we are not even capturing it. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see why I get frustrated with teammates? Yes, that's why. Now, because both of the destroyers that were capturing B and A are not doing anything, and they see 2 lonely battleships out in the ocean, they are going to start to attack. And that is why I have had a sudden change of heart. Instead of going for the Yamato doesn't appear to be doing anything to help himself out of this situation. I started moving right away, initially was going towards him, but because I recognized the fact that now these 2 destroyers that were in B and A have nothing better to do than to shoot at us, we are in trouble. Because we won't even see them. If they know what they're doing, we will never see the destroyers that nuke us into oblivion. That's not preferable. However, you might notice the guy that we're just now shooting at. His name is the Hive Hound. You may remember I gave him a shout out a long time ago. He's got a YouTube channel. You guys got to go check him out. He's pretty awesome with his, he's a good player, first of all. And on top of that, he ends up putting a lot of history into his videos. So that's cool. For those of us who like to listen to some history behind the ships, he's very good at that sort of thing. So, with that being said, I'm going to make my first mistake. And my first mistake is, yes, I am shooting at him. We haven't really gotten any effective hits so far, only 1,400 damage. A little bit more than that this time, a little 1,900 damage now, or 2,900 damage. But not preferable. You got a Jean Bart charging in, and you're shooting at him basically in a bow tank / angled position. It's not going to go well for you. But I'm going to tunnel vision the Jean Bart and Hive Hound real hard. Okay? Tunnel visioning is something that everybody does, regardless of whether you realize that you're doing it or you don't. Everybody does it at some point during every single match. You can't watch everything at every moment. If you can, you're a heck of a lot better than I am, because I'll tell you that right now. I do this all the time, where I'll get into my head that I want to do something, and I get somebody in my sights, and I completely miss opportunities that are just begging for it everywhere else. Now, right off the bat, I'm charging the Jean Bart, which is the Hivehound, and I am waiting for him to make a mistake. And, oh, hello, Kagero. That's not preferable. Oh, did I mention that Hivehound is in a division with 2 destroyers? Yeah, little tidbit of useful information. But yeah, so as you can see, Kagero has just sent torps at our Yamato. Doesn't appear to have hit anything, but that's a lot more than just the Kagero could have shot. Kagero gets 10 torpedoes, right? But he only gets 2 sets, and you can see the Z-23 is right there as well. Now, with 2 destroyers spotted and a battleship spotted on the map currently over at our Yamato, I feel like I'm in a pretty good position. Now, notice the mini-map up in the top left corner. You can see our Yamato has finally decided, hey, this is no good. I need to get out of here. And he is going full broadside to whatever battleship that is in A. Now, later I find out that that battleship is, in fact, an Iowa. So that means that our Yamato was broadside on to an Iowa for a very long time. Which means he probably got citadeled more than once. If we've seen how that ends already in the last video. But look how long that guy has been spotted on the map. And I have no idea he even exists. And I am currently broadside onto the man. Have no idea that he even exists. Because I'm so tunnel visioned on the Hivehound. Right about here is where I start to realize, okay, there is a guy off to my right that has a very disgusting broadside shot on me right now. Luckily, he's in the exact same situation I'm in. He is so tunnel visioned on killing our Yamato that he doesn't see me at all. So not only am I broadside to him, he's broadside to me. And neither of us get shot. Why? Because we're both tunnel visioning so hard that we didn't even realize that was a thing. Now, luckily for me, the Yamato has managed to survive long enough that these guys have managed to be pulled away from the battle for so long. 2 destroyers and an Iowa being pulled away from battle for this long. Shooting at 1 ship. So regardless of whatever kind of damage that our Yamato could have pulled off, because he survived as long as he did, or he's still alive technically, but because he's managed to hold these guys off for so long, he's doing his job by taking over half of the enemy team on by himself. Or roughly half of the enemy team on by himself. It's a 7 versus 7. And as you can see, I'm finally trying to help him out with the Iowa, still getting disgusting broadside shots. And unfortunately for us, oh, those look very juicy. Very, very juicy indeed. And we get a disgusting hit. No citadel, but a disgusting hit. And at this moment, because I've been sailing forward, charging into Hivehound here, he's forced to make a move. I don't think he really wanted to do this, but he didn't have a choice because I was coming for that booty. And so because he pushes out on me, now I have the island here. I've got all of my guns almost loaded, and unfortunately for him, hello, sunshine. Go back to port. That's not a situation you want to find yourself in. Using the island as cover like he did for so long to put a hurting on our team, and he was significantly damaging our team. And then to kind of get it flipped on him by me using the island, and you can see I didn't immediately go broadside, I was just kind of sailing directly away. I was still able to get all 3 guns to fire, but I wasn't giving him the best angle to shoot at. But because he was turning around the side of the island, I had all day to just wait for him to get to a spot where I could easily put the shot in, and we get the citadel hits, 2 of them, on the Jean Bart, proving that it does have a citadel. For anybody. Oh, hello, Z-23. How you doing? It's nice seeing you. Please eat these. Now, I know what you're thinking. Spartan, you need to have high explosive loaded when you shoot at destroyers. Yes, I understand. But the destroyers aren't the only one left. And currently, oh my god, torpedoes! Run, Spartan, run! Iowa, go faster! Okay, I think we're going to be okay for this barrage of torpedoes. But, oh, speaking of torpedoes, hello, Mass. How you doing? Wait for it. Shot out, and... Come on, baby. Yep, nice hit. Took half his health, no problem. But remember, there's an Iowa out there somewheres, and he should be about ready to clear the island. Now you can see I am seeing fire coming from smoke screens, very angry smoke screens, and I have a teammate in a Kagero who is sitting right in the middle of the cap. Now notice that because I sailed in here, we got rid of Hivehound and a couple people joined me, we managed to flip this cap, which is a huge thing because we're losing on points right now. But because we have the cap, we are going to be able to have enough points to win this match if it stays the way it is, which means the enemy can't just sit back and do nothing. Now this Iowa pulls out, finally making himself available, and he's broadside on. And he's once again very fortunate to not get citadeled, even though he takes 5 penetrating hits into the side of his ship. Remember, I can only shoot 9 shots. 5 of them hit him while he's broadside on, and I didn't citadel him one time. Now, just as I'm about to shoot him this time, I noticed that there was a destroyer ahead of me that pops up. I don't shoot at said destroyer. Why? Because I have 2 destroyers that are teammates that are to my left, and I'm assuming that they should be able to help me. Now, here I hold my fire to try to clear the island, watching the little symbol in the thing, and really, oh god, more torps! More torps! Now this is why I was using the island as well. I'm giving the Iowa that's against me a pretty nice broadside shot. Luckily for me, he bounces or misses all of his, and that is preferable. But that also allowed me to avoid all of the torpedoes because of the island being an obstruction to said torpedoes. And now the Moss, for whatever reason, says, hey, his gun should be loaded. Let's pop out in front of him. Yeah, that didn't go well for you, did it? You didn't think this one through, Sunshine. Go back to... Oh my god! Managing to avoid even more torpedoes. Just torp after torp after torp. Luckily, they weren't on target. Because if they had been... Oh god. The Moss showing up wasn't for, you know, looks. He definitely wanted to torp me here. So, unfortunately, he's going to succeed. But what I do get away with is getting him off the board. And because he's gone, and now it's a 3 versus 3, I need to get this Iowa gone because I just lost half my health in that last torpedo strike. I can't afford to have it happen again. The Kagero is spotted in the smoke. Our Kagero is pushing in. Our Kagero also managed to torp the Z-23, which is huge, which means the last destroyer is on no health. Is he going to be able to finish him off before I get loaded? Yes, he is, and that allows me to... What are you doing, Iowa? What are you doing? Why would you... You have tested fate the entire game, and you're going to give me that. And once again, he gets away with it. I don't know how, but he does. And at this point, he is like, okay, screw this. I'm going for the ram. And I realize that he's going for the ram. And I'm like, I think I can kill him. I think that I can kill him before he can ram me. Because he's got very little health left. So I start sailing away from him a little bit. And you can see he's nosing towards me. He wants me to shoot him. And we knock out one of his front guns completely. And he doesn't care. He is bound and determined to absolutely ram me to death. However, unfortunately for him, he does ram me, but he doesn't have enough health, and we both die. He gets a lot of extra health, or a lot of extra damage, 30,000 damage there at the end. Doesn't really matter. We weren't able to finish him off. 112,000 damage, top of the leaderboard, 3 kills. Me and the Kagero coming in clutch at the end there. A lot of help from them at the end. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully you can learn about tunnel visioning, about angling. Try not to give up your stupid position like... the Iowa did at the end there, given it. He tested fate way too many times. More often than not, that's not going to end well for you. He should have been deleted multiple times, given that much broadside. But without further ado, if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.